Hi, class. Uh, I would like to take a few minutes to clarify this first assignment. What you're going to do, you're going to go into the library and search for 4 peer-reviewed research articles. Now, it's important that you go in the library and do this. You can't do a Google search and go to a website. That won't work because they don't follow the format that we're trying to study here. And the best database in the library to find these articles is in EBSCOhost. Now, there's some other ones you could use like ProQuest or Sage, but you'll find the most peer-reviewed articles in EBSCOhost. And you're going to get 4 articles. Make sure that at least one is applied research where they solved a problem, and at least one is basic research, like research on a theory. So you're going to have your 4 articles, and you're going to look at how the articles have been put together. In other words, you're looking to evaluate the evidence presented in the selected articles in order to answer these questions. And these questions are going to be about how these articles are formatted. Now, these articles are your framework to answer the questions. You're not going to do any content review. We don't even care about the content of the articles. We're looking at the process and format of how they did these articles. Then you see there's 3 parts, part 1, part 2, part 3. There's more than one question for each part. For each question, your answer will be between 100 and 500 words. So if it'll say you did a 100-word response to each of these, and there's 7 bullets here, then you'd have 700 words. So that would be the minimum. So start off with, what is the purpose of each of the sections in the typical research article? So for example, you're going to see each one's going to have an abstract. They're each going to have an introduction. They're each going to have a literature review. So you've got to look at these different sections. And then what are the steps to critically evaluate research articles, and how does the scientific method help you do this? So you're literally going to discuss how you evaluate an article. How did the scientific method help you with that? All right, then in part 2, what's the importance of research? I mean, why are we doing this in psychology? And then what is the relationship between applied research and basic research? Also, the text will help you with that. And then provide an example from your selected articles of how each contributes to the body of knowledge. Then within each article, critically look at what ethical issues existed there and how did they address them, or did they fail to address them? And in most cases, they will have addressed them. That's because they're peer reviewed. All right, then part 3, identify 3 possible research topics you may want to explore further. Now, there's no right answer to that. It's whatever topics you're interested in, but it helps if you be specific, especially because right now in week 8 you're going to write a research proposal, and so you can use one of these topics for your research proposal. Then list the appropriate sources, in other words, list the 4 articles that you looked up, and let me take that back. List the databases in the library that you might use when exploring your 3 topics. So go to that first, and they're probably going to be the same ones. It'd be like EBSCOhost, ProQuest, Sage. And then cite the articles on a reference page, your 4 articles, and you'll probably cite the text too. And you can see I put an example on how to cite the text. Make sure you format references using APA guidelines. I'd recommend using the APA citation generator. in the Center for Writing Excellence in the library. So that way you've got the best chance of getting it right. There's also APA sample article you could download for format. So I wanted to kind of talk through this first assignment to help you out. So I think it's also important, your three topics, since you need to start thinking about what you'll use for a topic in week 8. Thanks.